Well, we've officially reached that part of the I can't wait for the new map to come out saga, where we head out to just some old favorites, go out, pass some time, try to find some cool trophies, and as I've been saying for every video for the last couple of weeks now, it feels like, just keep on pushing through till we get our boots on Alberta. Now we've got a decent little kudu out there just resting in the brush, apparently nervous, so we may have spooked him, but we have the 303 today. Thought that'd be a fun gun to bring to Vurhonga. And also a good option to make sure kudu go absolutely nowhere when we get the opportunity. So, pretty decent little first kill. Right now in this server, it is about 11:30, so Lions drink soon. We're, I guess, very end of Cape Buffalo drink time. We could try to go over here, but I think we'll just kind of wait for Lions and go from there. But as for our kudu, maybe pushing gold, he's going to be 126, so just a little bit shy. Double lung and vertebrae, that'll make sure he goes nowhere. And what I don't want to do is get to these lakes too early, so let's kind of swing down sort of southwest there, and then just work our way up and around when lions should be into their zones. Now this is something I feel like you don't see as much these days. We have a whole group of scrub hair, just kind of casually moving along, nothing interesting. One level 2 there, but I feel like anymore you mostly just see solos, so see if we can get that lead just right. We're close. If it stops, that'll certainly work. Might as well take that. We don't kill scrub hair most of our Vurhonga hunts, so I imagine that's the only one we'll get today. And to tie a bow on that, back when Vurhonga came out, it seemed like scrub hairs were in huge groups all the time. There was a spot I used to go and clear hunting pressure, I think right down here. You could just kill like 20 of them, but there's nothing like that I'm aware of anymore. Got a nice chestnut gold 4.71. Intestine shot, but that works for a rabbit. And we'll keep on pushing forward. So that guy's not bad. 50 to 60. Max hits him at level 4 Warthog, and he's actually very much broadside and very much heading right down here where we can get a shot. Nice big opening. He's kind of through it already. Are we close enough he's actually running again? I guess so. Maybe he'll come to a trot. They don't run that fast, though. 303 is not only good at stopping kudu in their tracks, apparently can do a Warthog too. And this is one of the reasons I didn't want to go chase Cape Buffalo real quick for 30 in-game minutes. I do like when there's not a particular thing to go after, so we can just kind of roam around. I guess we shot him in the neck and also got skull there, so ruined the gold on that. But anyway, opportunities at things that otherwise we'd never really run into. That doesn't look too bad. Level 4 up to 359. Make sure we get the right gun. There's actually a bunch more back there. It's in a spot where we need to get this shot, so let's not worry about them. Didn't love that. I think it would have been fine, but I kind of wanted to get a walking heart shot. That definitely didn't happen. Just Jackal going. Okay, that's the Gray Brown or whatever. Mythical as well. Not too bad, but I thought that might have been a Mela. Melanistic Jackal are, I wouldn't call them gray, but they're also not a super jet black. They're kind of a charcoal black, I guess is maybe a better way to say it. So you got to take a closer look, but that was definitely the common or maybe uncommon Gray Brown variation. And maybe it's, you know, taking a bit of a different path than we typically do, but nice to run into some of these things that normally we don't encounter. They're still going down through there, so yeah, you can see them there. Very much not looking like a Mela. This Gemsbuck, on the other hand, 323, pretty nice gold. And it was double lung the first time, just behind the heart. If we had taken that shot just a tick earlier, it would have been a heart shot. Left lung liver on the follow-up, not too bad, and we have made it to 1223, so Lions should be in their zones, and if not, should be there very shortly. That's got some potential as well. Level 4 Wildebeest. Now there's a lion walking down here. Got that Gensbuck spooking off. I suppose we'll go ahead and try to get that. What direction is he facing? That's away from us now. Now he's nervous. And now he's going absolutely nowhere. So a lot of like decent potential stuff already here. Another lion out there. That one's, I think, also just coming down here to drink. So we're probably a tad bit earlier, but it looks okay. By the way, Max has him at 7 lion down there, so why don't we spin around? I think he heard that shot. He's attentive. I think he didn't hear that shot, because somehow we got a heart shot with that. A couple of female lions over there. Pretty decent little spot. So let's find our wildebeest here in the grass. And pretty much any max weight estimate level 4 wildebeest has a chance of being diamond. That guy's 37, so 37.69 is the diamond requirement. He falls shy, and you get that weird thing with him where somehow, despite the shot, is way below the spinal cord. we hit it, and that's actually why he dropped. So nice-sized animals all around. Just can't quite find that one that's a little bit better. That guy's 46.58. Somehow we got that lined up just perfectly to go through the heart at 293. I want to check. That was a male level 5. We'll check this end real quick, because you'll sometimes get them drinking down in there. I don't see any. So why don't we maybe go and check... That's probably the best spot. That's getting hit. Let's go up here then. That's a level 5 female lion next to a nice level 7. We're going to try to get them both. Typically, they'll do that thing where they kind of like run and stop. So we might be able to just really take this slow. We'll try for the frontal heart shot on the male. That'll work. Did that hit? I have no idea. So much for the stopping thing, but on the trot's probably doable. I think we might have smoked the brush there. So level 5 is the maximum possible level for a female lion. And I don't know what the max weight or score is for them, but in theory that one's got a chance of being it, so we can get a chance to still bring it down. We'll go for it. Sometimes anyway, they run right around the end of this lake and actually wrap like right around below where we're going right now. So we might get a close shot. It might be heading straight out away. It kind of depends, but we shall see. No sign of her wherever. I mean, it looked like she went out this way. I didn't see that she wrapped around the lake and came right in front of where we were at. As much as I'd like to go and get that, it's not something we're going to spend time tracking. Obviously, we're trying to find diamonds and rares and stuff like that, but would have liked to have gotten it. And you may recognize this spot as the lake I mentioned being pretty much the best lion spot on the map. It definitely hasn't been fully checked. You probably saw when we spotted these lions, that zone was like a newly discovered one. So we'll give it a look. 46.11 for that guy. Heart at 298. See if we can get a 300 plus meter heart shot at some point, because we've had 293 and 298 on lions now. There we go. A mythical this time, moving in the right direction. Got some widgeon flying over too, it sounds like. Always checking on those just in case we can spot any rares, but those look pretty normal. So we'll try, got a female back there. We'll try to get to as close to 300 flat as we can. There's a 5 standing there. And a level 7 in there. If you wondered why I called it the best spot, there you go. Want to go over 300, and broadside heart shots are definitely a little tougher. Let's go right through that gap right there. We'll crouch for some extra stability. See if we can do this. Gonna try to get our breath back so we can have a slightly better angle. Oh. And lose our breath after all that right as we shot. We double lunged him, but it wasn't the heart shot I wanted. So he's laying right over here, and I'll be curious to see where we actually hit it, because it felt like it could have been spine. It actually wasn't that bad. Ended up just under the spine. Maybe directly over the heart, though. I don't know if the crosshairs went straight up when we lost our breath, but might have had a chance of that at 305. Either way, it's 14-16 now. I guess we'll start to maybe work our way down this direction, but since lion drink time's coming to an end, we'll probably start to hunt more like the meadows and stuff and not focus on just the lakes. So it's warthog drink time, and I figured we'd give this a try. We've only really run the coast of Vurhonga Savanna for warthogs maybe once or twice since they started drinking down here, and that was quite some time ago. So we're just going to give it a try, see if we find anything decent. And we'll go ahead and try to take that level 3. I guess we maybe got something. The biggest issue with these, let's say versus Cape Buffalo down here, or even Kudu, I think they run a little bit quicker than Capes. Kudu are probably faster, but they can just disappear behind this grass, a little bit of brush and stuff so easily. There could be a big one standing in there and we wouldn't even know it. Speaking of big warthog, by the way, I really hope, like with all these remodels and stuff coming with Askiy Ridge, one day if Warthog could ever get a remodel and also just be physically larger. I mean, this thing is supposedly 240 pounds, 230 pounds, somewhere in there. Doesn't quite appear that way to me. It's barely bigger than the jackal that are on this map. So 46.8 gold. Not that they look that bad, just size-wise, we could see a nice improvement. That's at least a decent one, a level 4 out there. First one of those we've seen. A lot of 3s, a lot of females, but this is, as far as opportunities and maybe trying to find a trophy warthog, or maybe even a rare if we can get so lucky, this is about as good a place as there's ever been in the history of Vurhonga to actually do it. And I think last time that we were out here, I probably said something similar, that we should do this more. I'd love to get an albino warthog on the new system. We killed plenty of them back in the day when Vurhonga was the map that we spent hours and hours and hours on. We don't have one since 2020 when they implemented scoring system 2.0. So that's kind of when our main lodge started. And I really haven't wanted to go back to trophies prior, just because the entire point is to continue spending time striving to go for things. So maybe down the road at some point, albino warthog can be a goal, and maybe even beyond that, if we can get lucky, we won't have to worry about that and we can find one soon. So all of these ones are standing out there looking at us. This guy is a 52.05, not too bad. Just hit everything in there. We got spinal cord, vertebrae, and double lung. 203 meters away, and we've got about 2 kilometers of coastline till we hit what's already been hunted. That's a decent one down there. Max system at 4. So we ended up hitting some nervous warthogs a little further down, so I'm guessing maybe more of the coast have been hunted than I thought. Figure we go and check this spot before we wrap up. Actually a pretty decent one. And I guess we probably ought to look down here. I think they'll drink in this corner too. None that I can see. In that case, we'll go ahead and try to line this up. He is right there. That'll do. Nothing running out of there. I think, unless maybe a Cape Buffalo comes and charges us, or maybe one of those Widgeon is somewhat interesting, that might be our last kill. So unfortunately, despite having, a couple of potential diamond level 4s, probably that Gemsbuck being the closest one, nothing quite making diamond. That guy's 54.63. He's not bad himself. Dark Fur type, 229 meter shot. No diamonds, no rares today from Vurhonga Savanna, but as I mentioned at the beginning, every video, every hunt out here is one step closer to getting onto snowy Alberta, and with that, that's going to do it for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.